Hey everyone, it's Jay again here from Neat. So we're going to do a quick video to look at Neat devices. People are asking quite a lot recently, what's the best way for me to set this up so it just automatically works when you walk in the room, yet saves the planet a little bit by getting screens turning off and on and things like that. I'll quickly take you through those settings. So if you do or don't know, every Neat device has ultrasonic presence detection, which means that when someone walks in a room with a Neat device, we can have that device automatically turn on, and after a certain amount of time, when it senses no one around that device, we can get it to shut down again. Very simple, and I'll show you how to operate this. Now, you can change these settings on the device in the system settings, but I'm going to show you how to do it in Neat Pulse today, because most of our customers are using Neat Pulse to be able to get these devices to make these changes and things like that in settings. So we're going to do this all live. I'm going to bring up Neat Pulse here, and I've got two devices here. I've got a Neat Bar Gen 2 and a pad, and then I've got a Neat board as well. So let's click on that, and you can see all the network information and things like that, and the software builds. Let's go to our display settings. Now, this is important stuff. So let's do kind of our recommended setting out of the box, which is screen standby. Let's say 10 minutes or 5 minutes after somebody walks out of that room, we'll get the screens to shut down or go into standby, as it were. I'll show you how we can program that. We also say when somebody walks into that room, or detects presence, then we'll have it auto wake up that. How does that work? So we should turn on HDMI CEC. So that's the protocol we use to send that signal down the HDMI cable out of the bar into your screen to say, put this into standby after 5 minutes when no one's been tensed in the room. And then when somebody walks in that room, as long as auto wake up is turned on here, we'll basically be going, send a signal down the HDMI cable again from the bar to the screen that says, take me out of standby. That means when somebody walks in the room, within a second, you'll see that screen come out of standby and show the Microsoft Teams room or Zoom room interface or something like that. Really good way to do power management, but keep it really automated. No need for switches and controllers and things like that in the space. But what you can do as well is some people get quite creative here. So maybe someone wants a different source on the screen, HDMI 2 to kick in when the bar goes to sleep. You could do that. Turn off CEC. And we could also make sure that no sleep signal is being sent to the screen at that time. Therefore, it would just lose a signal altogether, right? And then, say the screen, you could program it to do something else, bring up a slide or different, IPTV or something creative like that. Again, not encouraged, maybe overcomplicating the solution, but it's there for if you want that option. Some people also want to use that no sleep signal to put the screen to standby. There's another option for you. We've also got HDMI sleep signal. What this does, if we turn that on, it means when the bar goes to sleep, goes into standby with no presence, it just sends a black signal to that screen. So the screen stays on. Obviously, it uses more power than if it was on standby, but less power than if it had image on screen. And so therefore, it's even faster, things like that. So there's some advantages to having that sleep signal on. So that's there as an option for you. You will see as well, there's this screen brightness tab. Now, in the combination with the bar and a board, with the bar and a pad, this is affecting the pad brightness live, okay? With HDMI screen mirroring, you'll see here that we've got the option to duplicate the HDMI 1 output. So if you have that off, if you get out this bar and you plugged in one display, it will just do a single screen Zoom room or two Zoom room setup, right? If you plugged in HDMI 1 and 2 on the outputs, it will do the dual display output setting. So if no one's sharing content, you have your participants spread across the two screens, and then someone starts sharing content, the left-hand screen will show the content, and all the participants will get pushed over to that right-hand screen. Some people say, well, what they want to do is have a bar at the front and maybe have everything that's happening on that front of room display mirrored to a repeater or repeaters or something like that. So you can turn on this mirroring tool, and then what that does, it will mirror everything that's coming out of HDMI 1 to HDMI 2. If it's a bar Pro, it will mirror it to HDMI 1, 2, and 3, because there's 3 outputs on the bar Pro as well. So lots of flexibility there. Now, it's a little bit different on the frames and the boards because they're all-in-one devices. So if we click on a board, you'll see here that what we can do is we can actually adjust the brightness of that board as well. So we can change that live. That's the primary device, could be a frame as well. Also here, if you have this keep screen on toggle turned on, that basically means that the board or the frame will remain in a dimmed state while in standby, rather than going into standby, rather than going black. So if you keep that on, it'll be dim. And then if you have auto wake up off, you'll have to tap it to turn on the backlight. If you have auto wake up on with presence detection, it will obviously turn on that backlight and it'll be nice and bright as well. Again, lots of options here. You can turn on that sleep signal, you can do screen, there's, again, loads of options. Now this is how it works today, up to the latest firmware that's kind of in the stages of rolling out at the moment, 25.3. Later in the year, we're also looking at more options. So this is including the pad behaving the same way as the screen up the front, and there's lots of other settings as well coming over time. Some people are using Zoom Rooms digital signage, so they want to have the screen on but have it dimmed, so you can do that now. Loads of different scenarios. If you have any questions at all, feel free to contact me or any of the Neat PS team, the sales team, and things like that, and we'll be very, very happy to help. Hopefully that clears everything up and is helpful, and yeah, get playing with those settings. Thanks very much.